Hello everyone, welcome to Tech Systems. In today's video, we will talk about architecture of building management system. There is variation in architecture of each BMS manufacturer. So we will discuss about different architectures to get a general idea about architecture of BMS. So let's start. First level is field level, which consists of input devices and output devices. These devices are installed on equipment which are being controlled and monitored by the BMS. These equipment can be air handling units, fan coil units, VAVs, exhaust fans, chillers and boilers. In my previous videos, I talked about these devices in very detail. Above field level is automation level, which consists of DDC equipment like field controllers and expansion IO modules. These controllers take data from the input devices and process that data using pre-programmed logic and accordingly give output to the control devices to achieve the desired outcome. These field controllers are networked together in a loop using some serial protocol. In these days, BACnet MSTP is most commonly used, but previously LAN was also being used. Above automation level, there is a supervisory or integration level, which consists of supervisory or integration controllers or routers. These controllers are used to convert BACnet MSTP data to some IP protocol, most commonly BACnet IP, so that we can control and monitor data from the BMS workstation at the management level. Hardware of the workstation can be a PC or a server where a supervisory software is installed. Different manufacturers use different softwares for their system. For example, Honeywell is using EBI. Many manufacturers these days are using Niagara AX or Niagara N4. Alerton is using Envision for backtalk or compass. On this workstation, we can make graphics to present data in a user-friendly manner. In future videos, we will also learn how to make these graphics. Also, trends can be configured which provide historical data in the form of graphs for later analysis. We can also configure alarms to inform the operator about trouble conditions or to give warning about some out of range values. For example, if in some critical room the temperature is out of the defined range, the operator will be warned in the form of alarm or warning. Customized reports about different data can also be provided on this management level workstation. Usually supervisory controllers have also the capability to provide these features like graphics, trends, alarms and reports. Most commonly used supervisory controllers are from Niagara JS controllers. On integration level, apart from supervisory controllers, we can also use routers to convert BACnet MSTP to BACnet IP, which is a cheaper solution. This architecture which we discussed here is a 4-tier architecture, and this is being used by Facility Explorer by Johnson Controls. Also, architecture of Alerton is similar to this architecture, where they are, instead of these supervisory controllers, they are using global controllers or some routers, while in Facility Explorer they are using mostly these supervisory controllers. For smaller buildings where number of points are not large, we can also use a 3-tier architecture where we don't use a PC workstation at management level. Rather, we configure graphics, trends and alarms in the supervisory controller directly. This solution is cost effective but can work only for smaller buildings, because to handle large number of points we need a PC workstation or a server. Before continuing further, if you learned anything, please like this video, and if you are new to this channel, please also subscribe and hit the bell icon so you will be notified about my future videos. So hopefully you have liked the video. Let's continue to more advanced and effective architecture being used these days. This architecture which I will discuss now is architecture of BMS system by Centraline from Honeywell. Also, Honeywell itself is using similar architecture. In this architecture, we are using BACnet IP controllers on automation level. These are AxleWeb 2 controllers from Honeywell. These controllers are directly connected to the network through the IP protocol, which is BACnet IP. As these controllers are communicating directly on IP protocol, so their response is very faster than the BACnet MSTP or other serial network controllers. Here on integration level, we can use an integration controller which is Hawk 8000, and this is also product from the Niagara. These controllers work as a gateway to integrate BMS with third party systems like fire alarm, Dali lighting network, KNX, meters. These meters can be energy meters or electric meters, and also to the security systems. This integration is optional and you may not see it in small buildings, but in today's more advanced buildings, integration is being done to have a complete integrated building on a single workstation. So on top, similar to the previous architecture, we have management level, which consists of PC workstation and supervisory software. For central line, we are using Niagara N4. So we already discussed about the features of a workstation. So let's discuss about the automation level in some more details. These controllers may have or may not have built-in I/O points. So expansion I/O modules are connected through a panel bus to these controllers. Field points are connected to these expansion I/O modules directly. All these modules and controllers are inside a DDC panel. We will discuss about these DDC panels in details in my future videos. In this architecture, BACnet MSTP controllers are also used to control FCUs or VAVs. These controllers are connected in a loop and can be connected directly to the XLWeb2, or we can use a separate router to connect it to the BACnet IP. Water or energy meters can also be connected to this controller through MBus. Also electric meters or relays, generators or UPS can also be connected to this XLWeb2 controller through a Modbus. So that's it for this video. If you find this video useful, please like this video and give me your feedback in the comment section, and also subscribe and hit the bell icon.